Welcome to the San Joaquin Delta, located west of San Francisco, California. This is where I was born and have lived for most of my life. There's a special connection shared by those who call this area home. We fish, hunt, boat, swim, farm, and gauge the passing of the seasons around these waters. Fresh water from various rivers flow into the delta, which leads to the Pacific Ocean. There is a delicate balance between the amount of fresh water and seawater that must be maintained in order to keep the ecology of this region as diverse as it is. If too little fresh water enters the delta, seawater will encroach and begin killing all of the plants and animals that require fresh water. Now, California is set to build the Delta Tunnel, which will prevent fresh water from entering the San Joaquin Delta and send it directly to Southern California. Before California officially became a state, there has been a fight to control these waters. We have dammed and diverted with very little negative impacts on the wildlife. Beginning in 1951, this changed, with the completion of the California Aqueduct, diverting water away from the Delta to Southern California. Since then, there have been numerous canals built diverting fresh water out of the Delta to Southern California. The results have been slowly eroding the delicate ecosystem of the Delta region, from declining native populations of plants and fish to incidents like this.
It was October 1985 when Humphrey the wayward whale first appeared in the San Francisco Bay. He began a 26-day odyssey that eventually took the humpback through the Carquinez Straits and up the Sacramento River. Poor Humphrey wallowed pitifully in shallow water while scientists and animal lovers from all over the country tried to figure out how to turn him back toward the ocean.
That was 1985, the first time a whale ventured that far into the Delta. Since then, there have been numerous whale and sea lion sightings, increasing every year, some as far inland as Sacramento. On November 19, 2020, the California government began construction on the Delta Tunnel project. Los Angeles already receives 30% of their water from the San Joaquin Delta, San Diego 20%, but now they want more. The Delta Tunnel could end up sending them 10% more water to Southern California. What began in the 1970s as Governor Jerry Brown's Peripheral Canal, 2 tunnels, project to divert fresh water from the Sacramento River around the Delta to Southern California has been reduced to a single tunnel. According to the California Department of Water Resources, this will ultimately save the San Joaquin Delta. Currently, fresh water flows into the Delta and then is pumped out, causing a reverse flow. According to the state, by building the Delta Tunnel, this flow would be solved. While this is, in theory, true, the Delta Tunnel will ultimately cause more damage to the Delta by reducing the fresh water flowing into it. Currently, roughly 5 million acre-feet of water is pumped out of the Delta, heading to Southern California. Once the Delta Tunnel is completed, those 5 million acre-feet of fresh water will never enter the Delta, being diverted through the tunnel. That's 5 million acre-feet less fresh water flowing into the Delta, allowing even more seawater to intrude. The Delta Tunnel, or any project resulting in less fresh water entering the San Joaquin Delta, should not be built. The costs, not only in dollars, the most recent estimate is $15.9 billion, but on the Delta itself is too high of a price to pay.